Excellent, excellent. Morning, yogis. Couple more minutes and we'll get started. Nicholas here. Happy Friday. It's May. Of what year, I don't know, but it's May. If you joined me on Monday, we had worked on some binds. So we're gonna do the same thing again today, but we're gonna add on. So if you have a yoga strap, awesome, that would be super helpful. But a towel also works too, because I understand most of us probably don't have a yoga strap. I have a little smaller hand towel here that could potentially work. It depends on how your shoulders are. If they're a little bit tighter, it might not be like enough length to really wrap the towel around you. So feel free to get something that might be a little bit longer. Yeah, so a couple more minutes, we will get going. Welcome.
Are you learning to be a doll and grabbing a towel? How am I going to do a Bonnie? Thank you.
All right, about another minute and we will get started. For anyone just joining, welcome. Again, my name is Nicholas. BreakOut Studios online classes. BreakOut Studios, sorry. Making sure. All right. BreakOut Studios online classes. My name is Nicholas. We've got some yoga today, taking it through a little vinyasa flow. Also working ourselves into some binds. So if you joined me on Monday, we had worked on a bigger bind from our side angle pose. We're gonna get into that again, as well as a couple other ones. So nothing crazy, but I would recommend if you have some kind of strap or maybe towel, it might be helpful, especially if the shoulders are just a little bit tight. Now, if you usually join me, I would usually have a chair next to me. I didn't bring the chair today, but it's around. But I always show the chair as a demonstration. So if you need the chair to do certain poses from a seated position, or even have a chair near you for balance, always feel free, especially if you don't feel as comfortable coming down to the floor, whether it be in any of the poses that we do, or maybe you just choose that you don't want to come down to the floor at all when we work our way into vinyasas and down dog, and you just want to work into some of the standing poses, that's fine too. So again, feel free to modify, use anything in your space that you find is helpful, especially when it comes to balancing. And yeah, that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Happy May, can you believe it? May already, although it feels like it's May of 2021, but you know, that's all right. Go ahead and bring your toes together when you're ready. If you're coming up down onto your mat, toes together, knees a little bit wider than hips width, and we're going to start nice and simple in our child's pose. So go ahead and walk your hands out, send your hips back, allow your heart to drop down between the thighs, and let your head rest down onto your mat. Now as you settle into your space, I'm not going to move into child's pose because I'm going to keep talking for you guys so you can hear me. So go ahead and find that child's pose position. And again, if it feels better to be seated upright or even seated in a chair, by all means, you're at home, no one's watching you, do what you gotta do. Allowing your breath to get a little bit deeper. And as we head into a new month, end of the week, just check. How's your body feeling? And I always ask this every time I'm on the mat, anytime I do my own personal meditation, just noticing what's going on in my mind, what's going on with my thoughts. And especially at this time in our lives where we don't have the option to be as active or to be around in public, maybe our regular schedules or agendas, we cannot control those things. We're not in control of that, but we are in control of how we mentally deal with them. And as impossible as that might seem, it is the absolute truth. So notice that when the mind gets a little heated, when the thoughts start to flood, when just this negative role just reoccurs of thoughts, acknowledge it. And don't be upset because it's there, just be aware of it. And by being aware, being present, being mindful, you're able to shift those thoughts and begin to replace them with something more positive, something lighter. So if during your practice today, a reoccurring thought comes into your mind that does not benefit you, that is negative, that brings any type of doubt, worry, concern, replace it with something good. Now, as you deepen your breath here, I want you to fill up into the back, into the side ribs, into the chest, into the belly. And as you exhale, gently letting your chest fall, belly draw in toward your spine. And just a couple more rounds, creating mindfulness by just being aware of your breath. How are you breathing? Now taking one more steady round here. And on your next inhale, take a deep breath in through your nose. And out your mouth, let it go. 2 more. Deep breath in. And release. 1 more deep breath in. And release. And any softening, any calming that begin to surface through your body, through your thoughts, with your breath, allow it to grow from here on out. Taking those deep sighs when you need, taking a child's pose when you need, taking a break when you need. On your next inhale, gently lifting your head, softly open your eyes, setting your gaze towards the top of your mat, and go and bring yourself all the way up. Good morning. Go and adjust here. Bring yourself into all fours, bringing your wrist underneath your shoulders, knees under hips. Now I know we were in child's pose for a while, so if those knees got a little tight, take one leg, extend it back, give it a little stretch, and switch to the other side. Just a nice little reach with the hip bones lifted, shoulders soft. And then from here, just take a moment. Knees under hips, wrist under shoulders as you inhale. Take your cat-cow. Inhale, pulls your heart forward. As you exhale, chin to chest, belly to spine, and round. And again, inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. And just a few more on your own. Pause when you need. Take a little side stretch when you need. Anything that feels good for your body right here. Just take a moment just to get that spine moving. A softening through the neck. Any tension that you can release out the jaw. Just to start to get those hips, a little anterior, posterior tilt of that pelvis. As you take that next round, no rush, take your time. When you're ready, meet me back in a neutral spine. Knees right under hips, wrist under shoulders, elbows slightly hugging back. As you inhale, send the right arm forward. And exhale, pressing that left heel back. Now again, if you need to keep the back foot on the mat, go for it. Find your balance. Draw that belly in. Find that extension. Take an inhale. As you exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. And again, exhale. Inhale, reach. And exhale. Contracting to the center. Inhale, reach. 2 more here. And exhale. 1 more. Find length. Find space. And then exhale. Now take that reach. Reaching the hand forward. Send the leg back. Shoulder nice and soft. And then as you exhale, gently set the hand down. set your knee down. Switching sides. Shoulders soft, begin to reach your right foot back, belly lifts, send the left arm forward. Now second side, just take a moment, find your balance. Maybe that back leg begins to lift off the mat. Finding that support, finding that reach. Take an inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. And 4 more. Exhale. And reach. And 3 more. And reach. And 2 more. And reach. And 1 more. And reach, extend, finding that length. Draw the belly in, soften through your shoulders. Take 1 more inhale. And releasing your hand, releasing your knee. Now pausing here. Plant your palms, soften your shoulders, tuck all 10 toes. As you exhale, go and start to hover those knees off the mat. Now check, did you pull the hips back? Can you keep those shoulders right over your wrist, broadening through the collarbones, and then a little bit more heat through the core. Taking 2 more rounds of breath here. Soften your jaw, inhale. And exhale. 1 more round here, inhale. And exhale. Now keep your toes tucked. Bring your knees back down onto the mat. From here, hips right over your knees, walk your hands forward. Gently press your heart down towards the mat. Now go as far as it feels all right for you. You can bring your chin, you can bring your forehead. You can even stay lifted. We're just trying to stretch out those lats a bit more before we get to our down dog. Stretching out through the underarm, taking 1 more breath here. And as you inhale, take your time, slowly walking your hands up. Now, the goal is to maintain that center, that support. So, planting the palms again, soften the shoulders as you exhale. Hover your knees, finding that breath here. As we add more heat, again, it is optional. Take a break when you need. You're going for the heat, taking every round. The goal is to continue breathing through it and not tensing the body. Allowing the body to engage the muscles that are needed. Your next exhale, send the hips up. Walk the feet back, take it into your downward facing dog. Now pausing here for a moment, any pedaling, any movement that might feel nice. A gentle release of the neck, of the jaw. And it might even feel nice to bend one knee, just pressing one heel down towards the mat. Get length through the back of your leg. And feel free to switch sides. Again, a nice little release. And if any of this, again, doesn't work for you on the mat, take it to a chair. Take your hands to the back of a chair. Take your hands to a wall, a couch. Do it from a position that works for you. Now from here, keep reaching those inner thighs back. Bring your toes a little bit closer together. Take your right foot. Go and float that right foot up. Pause. Now feel how the shoulders should be even right here. I want you to keep those shoulders even as you open up that right hip. Any circling, any movement, let there be some release along that right hip. Opening up through that right hip flexor. Again, any movement that might work for you. 1 more round of breath here. And then rotating that right hip down, pressing the right heel back, and gently release, switching sides. When you're ready, send the left leg up. And again, pause here. Draw the belly in, square your shoulders, and just make it about the hips. Any opening here, any circling. Again, if the body's just waking up, taking a moment to find some of that extra length. And then bring yourself back to your down dog. Feel free to bring those feet about hips width. Draw the shoulder blades up as you inhale. Shift forward, find your plank pose. Pause. Belly to spine. Sorry, there's a big lizard that just ran by. And we have a snake in the backyard, so I got a little nervous right now. I'm scared that the animal's gonna attack me. Take an inhale. And exhale. Hips up and back. I love the desert, but there's so many animals. Inhale, come forward, shoulders over wrists. And as you exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. And again, inhale forward. And exhale up and back. 1 more round here. Inhale forward. Pausing, send that heart forward. Now for this first round, again, we're going to work through some vinyasas, but we want to work on our chaturanga, so it's a push-up. But let's go and bring those knees down to the mat. Now knowing that we'll stretch shoulders later, let's get a little bit more heat into them. Draw the shoulders down, but find that support through your core. At any time, you can always plank here. Always feel free to bring the knees down. Hugging your elbows in, take an inhale. And then as you exhale, let's take 4 push-ups. Bringing it down halfway. Inhale, lift. And again, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And 3 more, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. 1 more, exhale, lower, bring it all the way down onto your belly. And release. Tops of the feet press down, hands next to your ribs, elbows reaching up, shoulders soft. Now take an inhale, keep it low. Reach your heart forward, draw your shoulders away from your ears. Now keeping your tailbone reaching back, can you hover those hands just off the mat? Now fresh month, end of the week, taking some of that rounding out of the back. Anytime you've spent seated where the shoulders have been forward, can you draw those shoulder blades together, lift that heart, soften them down away from the ears. Take 1 more inhale here. And as you exhale, gently release your hands, release your head. And again, just like that, inhale, send your heart forward, shoulders soft from the ears. On your next breath, can you hover those hands just off the mat? And imagine a little lift even here through the belly. Can you take those hands, go 1 step farther, and reach them back? Palms face down, collarbones are broad. Taking 1 more inhale here. And exhale, gently release. 1 more round, just like that. If it feels all right, keep those hands right next to the hips. As you inhale, float the arms, float the heart, send that heart forward. Now, I know you might be looking at a screen, but try not to do this with your neck. Keep the back of your neck long. I know I do that every now and then because I'm looking up at you guys, but try to keep that length through the cervical spine. Take 1 more inhale here. And exhale, gently release. Now take your hands, slide them back next to your ribs, hug your elbows in. Now this time use the arms, but keep those shoulders soft. As you inhale, begin to move into Cobra. And then as you exhale, press back on the knees, tuck your toes, hips up and back, and you pedaling downward facing dog. Shoulders soft, 3 rounds from plank to downward dog. When you're ready, inhale shifts you forward, broaden through your collarbones. Exhale, hips up and back. And 2 more. Inhale forward. And exhale back. 1 more. Inhale forward. Pause at the top. Now 1 more round here. Drop your knees. 3 chaturanga push-ups. Hug the elbows in. Broaden through the collarbones. Take an inhale. Exhale with control. Lower. Inhale up. And 2 more. Exhale lower. Inhale up. 1 more. Exhale lower. Pause. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, gently release all the way down onto the mat. Now keep those hands right next to your ribs. Hug the elbows in. As you inhale, this time press a little bit higher. Now check, are those shoulders up here? Draw the shoulders down. Length through the spine. On your next exhale, tuck your toes. Lift the thighs. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a nice deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. And taking a moment, reset in your down dog. From here, coming high up on your toes, begin to look forward, bend your knees. As you exhale, feel free to take a little hop, maybe just a little step. However, it's best for you to get to the top of your mat. Have a nice soft bend through your knees. Now let your head release, keep your knees bent, draw your belly toward your spine. Let your head be the last thing. Whew. To come all the way up to the top. Well, good morning. All right, keep the feet about hips width. We're gonna interlace behind our back. If that's too much, again, use a towel, use a strap. You can give those shoulders a little bit more space. From here, soft bend through the knees. Draw the shoulder blades down. Now without pushing the ribs forward, draw your ribs in, reach your tailbone down. Lift with the heart. As you exhale, send the heart back down towards the mat. Now pause here for a moment. Let the head hang. Nod yes, shake no. As you do that though, notice, are your shoulder blades sitting right on your neck, right by your ears? Can you lift those shoulder blades up away from your ears a little bit more? And then as you do that, maybe the knuckles reach forward. And I know we're still warming up those hamstrings, but if available, maybe you lift those sitting bones, maybe you straighten the legs a little bit more. Engage. Find that fold. Now keeping that interlace, a soft bend in your knees, lead with your heart. Lower the hands back down towards your lower back. As you inhale, nice long spine, bring it all the way up. And exhale, gently release the arms. All right, keep those feet hips width, belly lifted. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. As you exhale, right hand, right thigh, reach it up and over. Maybe a little bit of a rotation as you lengthen through that side waist. 1 more inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, brings you back up. And switch sides. Get a nice little press and reach, shoulders stay soft. And that lean, maybe you take the gaze up, forward or down, whatever feels best for you, for your neck. Inhale, back up. 3 rounds. Elbows to the side, a little lift to the heart. I'm gonna turn sideways. As you exhale, just a little opening. and inhale, reach. And then as you exhale, broaden, lift into that heart and reach. And one more here, exhale, open. And inhale, reach. Soft bend through your knees. As you exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway, pressing onto your shin. Send that heart forward. Take your left foot, step it back. Drop that left knee all the way to the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up and overhead. Find that reach, find that length. Belly lifted, shoulders soft away from your ears, just opening up those hips this morning. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, gently release. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Exhale, send the hips back. And again, inhale forward. Exhale back. Two more, inhale forward. And back. One more, inhale forward. Exhale back. Shifting the weight forward, plant your right toes onto the mat, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Come onto your fingertips, send the heart forward, pause. Draw the belly in, hug your right hip back. Maybe you take that right arm up alongside your hip, just like this. Sending that heart forward, maybe you take the left arm, use that core, find that balance now, soft bend through your back knee. As you inhale, sweep all the way up overhead, crescent pose. Shoulders soft, belly stays lifted. Option to stay here, keep sending the tailbone down, or 4 rounds to lower and lift. Take an inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale up, and 3 more. Inhale up, and 2 more. Inhale up, and 1 more. And reach, sending the tailbone down, soften the shoulders down, belly stays lifted. Taking 1 more inhale here. And as you exhale, gently release your left hand down. Opening your right arm up to the sky, take a nice big twist. Rotate here. Now, as you keep reaching towards the sky, maybe this right arm rotates towards your back leg, and maybe you reach it towards that left hip. Just a little bit more opening, a softening through that right shoulder. Take another inhale. As you exhale, gently release your hand down to the mat. Now look towards the top of your space. Soft bend, step it all the way up. Inhale, halfway, send the heart towards the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up and overhead, stand tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Now flowing through it a little bit more on the breath as you inhale, sweep. Take the right hand, bring it down towards your right hip. Inhale, center. And switch. Inhale, center. Now just 1 round, broaden and open through the heart. Find that lift and find the length as you exhale. Dive forward. Second side, as you inhale, reach your heart forward. Step your right foot. Step it back. Drop your right knee all the way down to the mat. On your inhale, float the arms up, wrapping those triceps forward, draw the belly up. Reaching that tailbone down. As much length and space as you get into that right hip flexor. As you do that though, find support. Taking 1 more inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, send your heart forward. Exhale, pull your hips back. And again, inhale forward. Exhale back. 2 more, inhale forward. Exhale back. 1 more, inhale forward. Exhale back. Shifting your weight forward, pause. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Now keep hugging this left hip back, and I want you to start to fire up your core so much that you can put light weight on those hands, on those fingertips. And then from there, keep supported through the core, send the left arm up, pause. Now if that's enough, stay there with just 1 arm. If available, right arm floats up as well. Reaching that heart forward, belly draws in. On your next inhale, soft bend through that back knee, sweep both arms up and overhead. Woo. Soften the shoulders, steady the breath. 4 rounds to lower and lift. Go as low as it works for your body. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, reach. And 3 more. Inhale, reach. And 2 more. Inhale, reach. And 1 more. Find that reach. Sink those hips just a little bit deeper. Draw that belly in just a little bit more. Taking 1 more inhale here. As you exhale, bring your right hand down to the mat. As you inhale, open that left arm up towards the sky, stacking the shoulders. Maybe you even rotate your gaze up towards your top hand. Drawing the shoulders away from your ears, take that top hand, flip the palm, gently bring it down, either toward your hip, your thigh, maybe just a little extra twist into that left shoulder. 1 more inhale here. And as you exhale, gently release your left hand down. Now this time, pause, plant your palms. As you exhale, step back. Your choice, vinyasa or straight back to downward facing dog. As you exhale, gently lower. Any of my friends that practice upward facing dog, feel free to flip the toes. As you inhale, you can lift those hips all the way up. Shoulders soft. Soft bend through the elbows. Exhale, up and back, downward dog. Take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Letting the head release, letting the jaw soften. Sending those inner thighs back. Pause here for a moment. Check in. How's your breath? Where's your focus? What thoughts have crossed your mind? Can you bring that attention back here onto your mat? And as you inhale, looking forward, bend your knees. Send those hips back at the end of your exhale. Nice light step. Maybe spring hop. Now this time, can you bring the big toes all the way together? Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Arms up and overhead, stand tall. And exhale, hands all the way to your heart. Whew. Now we're gonna go right into it. We're gonna deepen those twists right away here. So as that belly lifts, reach that tailbone down, soften through the shoulders. As you exhale, send those hips back, chair pose. Now, weight is back, belly's drawn in, ribs are nice and soft. Check any tension through the shoulders. Can you soften them just a little bit more? Now keep that heart reaching, take an inhale. Your left arm, bring it all the way across your right thigh. So you're gonna press that arm down, and then as you press into the palms, find that rotation. Find that length of the heart reaching forward. 2 more rounds of breath here. 1 more. Now, I want you to take your gaze, shift down towards your feet, towards the mat. Lift your left heel up, and then as you exhale, step your left foot all the way back. Woo. Now we're back into that crescent lunge, pressing into that thigh. Draw the belly up. Now you're more than welcome to stay here with the hands if you want to play with extending. Maybe that left arm reaches down, maybe your right arm reaches up. Shoulders nice and soft. 2 more rounds of breath. 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, gently release, looking forward towards the top of your mat. Sending those hands forward, reach that heart forward. Now your back leg, I want you to exhale and gently float it up. Now a soft bend through your right knee. We're not done yet, we're headed right into our first rounds of balance, and I'm taking us a tricky way. So feel free to find a chair, find anything that you can use to help, but set your focus. If the left foot comes down, it's not a big deal, it's just yoga. So as you exhale, I want you to bring that left knee towards your nose. Pause. Keep sending that heart forward. As you inhale, begin to lift. Can you bring that left knee with you? Woo! Awesome work. Now take that foot, bring it out to the side, tree pose. Now let me square up towards the camera, tailbone down, hands to hips. If the foot stepped down, guess what? No big deal. Bring it back up to the thigh, to the shin, to the ankle, wherever it works best for you. And maybe hands to heart, shoulders soft. You can stay here. Maybe you float those arms up and overhead. Triceps wrap forward, ribs are drawn in. Squeeze the right glute, right bum. Power through that right leg. Now, one last thing here before we step those feet down. Take your left hand, bring it to the upper back. Take your right hand, gently take hold of that elbow, give it a little hug in. Soften the shoulder down. Now notice, even me, I started to wobble. Notice what that does to your balance. Now, it shouldn't really change much, but it gets mental. So keep the breath, just let that shoulder release. Taking 1 more inhale. And as you exhale, gently bring the knee up. Release the hands, and back to the top. Take a nice deep inhale. Out your mouth. Soften your shoulders, inhale. Exhale, belly in, shift back, chair. Pausing here. Take your elbow. As you exhale, rotate right elbow across your left thigh. Now keep reaching the heart forward. Keep softening the shoulders and keep pressing. This one really, you can use those arms to help take that rotation here. Now, I want you to shift your gaze down towards the mat, towards your toes. And from here, bringing your right heel up. Now pause, draw the belly in. As you exhale, slide that right foot all the way back. And feel free to adjust the front foot, find a little bit wider stance. Pressing down. Now power through the back leg. Draw those hip bones up. You're welcome to stay here. If this is enough, perfect. If you need, right hand to the mat. Otherwise, you can extend and expand. Maybe right arm down, left arm up. 2 more rounds of breath here. Take another inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. As you exhale, look forward. Gently bring your hands down. Now pause. Check your breath, especially in the twist. We like to hold it. Take an inhale. As you exhale, shift forward, floating that right leg up the mat. Pause. Let the head release and hang. Now taking your time, bringing your right knee in towards your chest. Bend your left knee. Now shift your gaze forward. Before you bring the hands up, are you engaged through your core? Knowing that the hands are going to lift your next inhale, can you power up through the center even more? Shifting that focus down, changing the position of the head from under the heart, now lifted. Awesome work. Taking that foot, set it up in a tree. Either thigh, shin, ankle, go where it works for you. Tailbone reaching down, hands to heart, shoulders soft. Maybe you stay here. Maybe those arms reach up. Again, go where it works for you. But if you're like, Nicholas, you're crazy, this is all too much, modify all of it. I try to take us into steps so that if at any point you need to stop and pause, that's where you go, that's where you go. You're in the privacy of your own home. Take that right wrist, bring it to your upper back. Take hold of that left elbow. Maybe you hug it in. So working balance while we get into the triceps. Take another inhale. And exhale. And then taking your time, go ahead and gently release, bringing your hands down to your heart. Pause, take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. All right, we're gonna head right into our warrior two, but we're gonna move into it from a standing position today. So go ahead and step the feet. Come center of your mat. And go and face the left side of your mat. So I want, as you step out, your right foot to be towards the top of your mat. And left foot towards the back. Now from here, draw the belly in and up. Go ahead and bend your right knee. Turn your right toes forward. And then take your left toes, slightly rotate them up. Warrior two. Now, a different setup to get into it, but it's kind of a nice reminder sometimes just to set our distance with the legs. I want to make sure that that front knee's over the front ankle, back leg is straight, and toes are slightly rotated up. Now go ahead and extend the arms. Press the palms down. Tailbone reaching down, belly's lifted up, length through the side waist. Now just a few breaths here, just to hold, just to settle. Check the thoughts, check your focus. 2 more rounds here, just holding. Just power, heat through your legs, ground yourself into your space. Taking one more inhale. And as you exhale, go ahead and take your forearm down towards your thigh. Now I say this, rather than sinking into the shoulder and getting low, I want you to lift as high as you can and reach the left arm up. Now pausing here, draw the belly in, find support through your center. Now take this top arm, rotate, bring it back. Bring it either towards your thigh, maybe just towards the back of that right glute, towards the bum, wherever you can, and then gently draw that left shoulder to stack it over the right. You can even add a little bit of rotation, maybe the gaze up towards the ceiling. And taking a couple more rounds of breath here. Just pausing, breathing into it. And then taking your left arm, go and bring yourself back up. And then drawing the belly in as you inhale, bring yourself up. Now pause, keep that nice deep bend. Press down, flip your front palm, reach your back, reverse warrior. Shoulders nice and soft, taking one more inhale. As you exhale, gently release. Now pause when you come into your lunge. Take a moment here. Press left hand down. Now option A, you can take the left knee to the mat, reach right leg back. For side angle pose. Option B, both legs can be straight. Now we've already worked our way into our tree pose, so if it's available for you and you'd like to go for it, you can even take that right foot, place it inside the left thigh, pausing here. Now working through the obliques, finding your balance. Maybe this top arm rotates, and you can extend it up and overhead a little bit more length. Taking one more round of breath here. And as you exhale, gently release your hand, stepping your foot back, either vinyasa or straight back to your downward facing dog. And shifting hips up and back. Inner thighs reaching back, head releases down towards the mat. Take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Sending the inner thighs back, Soften through the neck, through the jaw. And on your next inhale, take your time. Come up on your toes, look forward. Bend your knees, shift your hips back. And at the end of your exhale, step or hop, bring it all the way to the top. Big toes touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Arms overhead, stand tall. And hands to your heart. All right, switching sides. Go and turn towards the right side of your mat. Now, stepping your left foot towards the top, right foot towards the back. And usually the distance, and I apologize, I did not say this earlier, but usually the distance we want for Warrior 2 is when our ankles line up underneath our wrist. And it might seem wide at first, but that's what we're going for. We're going for a nice, deep, grounded Warrior 2. So bending the left knee, turn the left toes forward, turn the right toes up, and then send the tailbone down. Reaching the knee forward, trying to get that front thigh parallel with the mat. Belly lifts and extend. Now again, modifications, because I know we hold here for a bit. Always feel free. If you need it, you could have a chair in front of you, a wall, something to help support. If it is too much and you need to shorten it and it's a little smaller, that is fine too. So know that there are plenty of options that you can take within a Warrior 2. Of course, the goal is to get as much length as we can, but each body's different. So go with the length that you've got. Keep the lift, forearm to thigh, right arm up to the sky. Pause here. We're not sinking, we're still engaged, so lift up. Keep the heart reaching forward, keep hips underneath you. Taking that top arm, rotate towards the back, and bring it either towards that left glute, or maybe all the way around that left thigh. Shoulder softens. Without pushing the ribs forward, draw the ribs in. Can you rotate a little bit more? 2 more rounds of breath here. On your next inhale, gently release. Extend the arm. Now keep that nice deep bend through your front knee. As you inhale, shifting up. Pause, send the inner thigh forward, press down. Flip your front palm, reach it back. Reverse. Length through the side waist. Take another inhale. And exhale. One more inhale. And exhale, gently release. Now remember, we're coming into the side angle. So pause at your lunge. Right hand reaches down. Dropping your right knee towards the mat. Left leg back. Or option B, stack the feet, extend, or taking the foot all the way towards the thigh for just a little bit more fun. Now, working strong through the obliques through that sideways. Can you lift and lengthen? Maybe that top arm reaches and rotates up. Shoulders nice and soft. Breath is still flowing. Taking a one more inhale. And then as you exhale, taking your time, release your hand. Down dog, child's pose, vinyasa. You decide where you want to take it. Find that lift to lengthen. And exhale, hips up and back. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Out your mouth, let it go. Shoulder blades are lifted. Jaw is soft. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Now, Warrior 2, we've already been there, but we're getting into it the way we usually would, which is from the lunge. Have your strap, have your towel nearby, because we're going to work our way towards that bind now. But we have options should you not choose to do the bind. Drop the back heel. As you inhale, windmill the arm up, and pause, find that lift. Now, right leg forward, belly's lifted. Same setup, bring that forearm back down towards the mat. Now, if this is enough for you, stay. You can take that bind, you can reach here and hold. For some of my other friends, we might play with bringing that right hand all the way down towards the mat. And maybe this is enough. And maybe you go from here and you take that top arm, you reach, maybe just for the thigh, you hold. For others of us, we might start to play with reaching. And let me turn sideways so you can see my back. Turn this right hand underneath the right leg, and then the left hand reaches on top to hold. Now, here's where the strap or towel would be useful, because if the hands don't quite reach, you can bring that towel or strap around so it lengthens your arms so you have something to grab onto. So, go where it works for you. But usually what tends to happen is that we push the hips back and we go into this. Can you hug the hips underneath you, and can you reach that heart forward? Lengthening, taking 2 more breaths. Take another inhale. And exhale. Taking your time, gently release your arms, pause. As you inhale, get a lift to lengthen. And straighten the front leg, whoo, release. Take your back foot, go and bring it in just a little bit closer. Now, draw the belly up, soft bend through the front thigh, but engage that front leg. As you lengthen, press the palms down, belly lifted. As you exhale, reach forward. Take your hand either shin, ankle, or mat triangle pose. And then find that nice lift here. Good. Now, you can add a little bit more to that top shoulder if you want to take that arm. We don't bind this one, but you can bring it either to your hip, to your thigh, just a little bit more opening here. Maybe a reach up towards the sky. Pausing as the belly draws in, as the ribs soften, taking one more breath. And then go ahead and take your hand, bring it up to your hip, looking forward. Bend your right knee, begin to step forward. Now we're going right into our balance. Right hand forward, begin to press out that left heel, half moon. Now we always want to make sure that we don't swing the leg back behind us. You want to be able to look down your body, see the toes. Maybe you stay here, maybe the left arm up towards the sky. Now again, soft bend through that right knee. Feel free to keep it unlocked. Maybe one last step would be to take that top foot, Shavasana, take hold, a little bit more opening through the heart, through the shoulders. One more round of breath here. If you have your foot, gently release. And then as you exhale, drop the left foot, take a moment and fold. That was a lot. Take a breath here. Take hands to elbows, take hands behind back. Whatever feels better, let the head release. Gentle nod, gentle shake. And when you're ready, inhale, find a little bit of length, send the heart forward, planting your palms either into your vinyasa, down dog, or again, even a child's pose. Sip, water, towel. Take this next round to breathe. Again, what you need for your body, do it. Take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Inhale, left leg to the sky. When you're ready, set up for the second side. Knee to nose, step your foot between your hands. Now, dropping your back foot all the way down to the mat. Hug your left bum underneath you. So even here, you start to set that up and want to keep it that way as we inhale right into our warrior two. Now remember the options. The nice advantage of the second side is you know what we're going to do because we've already done it once. So, if you know that you're going to come here and you're going to pause and you're going to hang out, that's awesome. Go here. Make it the best it could possibly be. If you know you're going to go a little bit deeper and you want to take the hand down towards the mat, connect arm to thigh, pause, breathe here, make it the best it can be. Again, any of these positions are awesome, pressing to that back leg. The bind, it just adds more. So, even if you don't take the bind, but you go here or you take that thigh, just to open up the shoulder. Now, maybe shoulders are a little bit tighter today, and you've got that towel, you've got that strap, and you want to reach around. Maybe you're like, I want to go for it. Taking hold underneath you, either with the towel, left arm underneath that thigh, maybe you hold and clasp the fingers, shoulders soft, reach the knee forward. Try not to stick your bum back. Send the bum underneath you, and then heart towards the top of the mat. Take another inhale, and exhale. Set your focus, take an inhale. Exhale, gently release, pause. As you inhale, bring yourself all the way up. Press the palms down, and lengthen. No, awesome. Headed to the balance, and then we're down for another little breather in between before we set up for our last round. Now hugging the hip back, draw the belly in, engage the quad, so stay grounded as much as you can, that back heel pressing to the mat. Reach, soften the shoulders, send it forward, hand to shin, hand to ankle, hand to mat, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Now we've been opening up through the heart a bit more here. Again, it's an option. Option to take that hand back to reach, just to get a little bit more. But careful of your ribs just pressing out. Because we don't want to just release all through the center. We want to keep the ribs in and the core engaged. Taking one more inhale. And exhale. Taking your right hand, bring it all the way up to your hip, pause. Keep reaching that heart forward, bending your left knee, take your time. Sending that left hand out in front of you. Take your gaze down, keep that left knee bent as you press out that right heel. Now as the tailbone reaches back, as the hip bones lift up, pause, stack through your shoulders. Maybe you stay here, maybe you extend. Find that broadening, find that width across the chest. If available, you can take that top leg, maybe reach for the ankle. And a little kick into the hand just to get that heart to open up a bit more. Taking one more inhale. Gently extend the leg, reaching it back, pause here. And then gently releasing. Whoo, right foot down. And fold. Take a moment here, do what you need. Let the head release, jaw soften. Now remember, it's always yogi's choice. If you need more time here, you hang, you chill. You gotta just come to a seated position and breathe, do it. If a vinyasa is calling your name, if you're looking for that added heat, go and take yourself back, moving your way into it. And shifting up and back. Take another nice deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Shifting yourself forward, and go ahead and bring yourself all the way onto your belly. Now, getting into our back bends again. From here, we've already done it, but we're gonna revisit. So, I want you to take those hands right next to your hips. Now, I want you to bring your legs, if you can bring the ankles, the big toes together. Tailbone keeps reaching back, hip bones keep reaching up. And as you inhale, begin to gently lift your heart. Now remember, it's not about this arch, this overarch through the cervical spine, through the neck. Keep reaching the heart forward, keep length, and then maybe the legs lift. And more of an arc rather than just a straight up and down that we're trying to create, because I want you to pull the heart forward, and I want you to send your tailbone back. Taking one more inhale, and gently release. Now, if that's enough for you, stay with that pose. You're more than welcome to keep those hands next to hips. You want to get a little deeper into shoulders, interlace the fingers. And then as you inhale, begin to lift. Now, without just hyperextending and locking the elbows out, can you keep a soft little bend and really work the shoulder blades together? Now, I'm aware we're on the belly, so we're on the lungs. But are you still breathing? Can you keep that nice strong breath? Taking one more inhale here. And as you exhale, gently release. One last round. If you had enough, take a moment, chill here. If you want to go one step further, you want to take those ankles. Now, not with your back, with your legs. Draw the belly in. Soften through the shoulders, reach the heart forward. And as you inhale, I want you to kick. Reaching your inner thighs down towards, or inner thighs up towards the sky, but then drawing the knees in towards each other so they don't splay out to the side. Keep them right underneath those sitting bones. Sending that heart forward and lift where you can. Keeping the breath. Two more. Take another inhale. And exhale. One more round here. Inhale. And exhale. Gently release. Soften down. You can even take the feet, a little windshield wiper side to side. Whoo, to release that lower back. And let's head into our final rounds of balance. Planting those palms next to your ribs. However you want to make your way back to down dog, go for it. And press back. Again, a sip, a towel, grab what you need. Shifting up and back. Now our final rounds, balance rounds. We're going to start with that right side. So as you inhale, send that right leg up, knee to nose. Step your foot between your hands. Now sending the heart forward, just like we did at the very beginning with our lunge, and we floated those arms up. It's the same feeling, the same idea. So this core support here, engaged so strong that when you're ready, you can float the arms up and not a whole lot else changes. For some of us, this is enough. Stay here, use a chair if you'd like, use a couch, use a wall. If available, take your time, begin to shift forward, warrior three. Now maintaining a soft bend through that left knee without floating the left hip up. So that's the difference. Half moon, the hips are open. Warrior three, we're a neutral hip, nice and square. Hands can come to heart, they can reach forward. On your next inhale, take your time. Slowly float yourself all the way up. Woo, stand tall. All right, now we're gonna switch legs. So we're on the right leg. I want you to switch, bring the right leg up, bring the left leg down. Now from here, we're gonna take hold of that right ankle with the right wrist, and let me turn profile so you can see. Now same idea here, without the pushing of the ribs, without releasing all of the center. Draw the hip bones up, send the tailbone down, and then go and send your left arm up. Now, as you do that, kick into your hand. So begin to kick first, and let the legs slowly begin to reach up. From there, the heart keeps reaching shoulder forward, the shoulder softens, and you take it where it works for you. So wherever that height is for you. Try not to just lead with the arm, but sending that heart up. Taking 2 more rounds, take another inhale. And exhale. 1 more round here, inhale. And exhale, gently release. Whew. Hands to heart, take a nice deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Inhale, floats the arms up. And exhale, release. Inhale, sending your heart forward. Planting your palms, stepping back, either vinyasa or straight back to downward facing dog. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale, hips up and back. Take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Inhale, float your leg up. As you exhale, knee to nose. Step your foot between your hands. Pause, coming onto your fingertips. Sending the heart forward, softening through the shoulders. Take your time. Begin to float the arms up. If that's enough, stay here. Hands to mat if you need, hands to a chair, hands to a wall. If available, begin to send that energy forward onto that left leg. Keep a nice bend and begin to reach. Draw the belly in. Broaden through the collarbones. Don't let those shoulders lead. Draw the shoulders up, opening through the heart. Take 2 more rounds. Arms where you'd like, at the side, at the heart, forward. And as you inhale, take your time. Ooh, lift and lengthen. And release. All right, our last balance, last standing pose. Right foot down to the mat. Bend your left knee. Taking hold of the ankle. Now same thing. Support. Engage. Lift up. Find as much length as you can as the right arm reaches. Soften the shoulder down. And then from there, this one you don't want to lock the knee, but you want it to be engaged. You don't want a soft, bendy knee here. You want to really feel supported, strong on that right leg as you begin to kick into the left. Now setting your focus, your drishti, a point that you're staring at. Opening that left shoulder. As I press into my hand, that's what lifts my leg. Rather than using my back, rather than trying to counterlever and tip forward, I'm trying to lift up against gravity. And again, the height, even if you're here, even if you're still here, that is fine. Take that where it works for you. Taking 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, gently release. Hands to heart. Soften, take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. Awesome work, yogis. Let's go and stretch it out. Inhale, flip the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, halfway. And either one last vinyasa or it's straight back to downward facing dog, yogi's choice. And shift it up and back. Take a deep inhale. Out your mouth, let it go. And taking your time, go ahead and bring your knees down to your mat. Big toes together. Shift your hips back. Take a child's pose, allowing the hips to settle. Now taking a moment here in your child's pose, graph. Take another round of breath here. And taking your time, slowly begin to walk your hands up. Whew, and bring your legs out in front of you. So, finishing with our seated poses here, we're gonna head into a double pigeon, which we've done before. If you need to take it onto the back for a thread the needle, or again, even onto a chair, go for it. Working into a last couple binds to finish this out. But bringing that right shin forward, stacking your left shin on top. Remember, if that is too much, take the shin in front. Just crossing at the shins. If you're already feeling it in your hips, great. One last thing. If this is happening into your back, I'd recommend if you have a pillow, if you have something that you can prop yourself up on, because we want the spine to be as long as possible. So if seated like this isn't quite working for you, take it onto a chair, cross your left shin over your right thigh, and feel free to go from there and fold. If it's all right for you and you want to start to walk the hands forward, a little release, go for it. And check. Any tension through the shoulders, can you soften? Any release that you can find. rather than making it about adding more tension to parts of the body that really aren't even working here, which typically is going to be our jaw, our neck, our shoulders, which my guess is they might already be a little tense anyway. Try to soften them out. We spent some of that time opening up through the shoulders, just kind of allowing them to chill here for a moment. And even if you have a chair in front of you, a couch, a block, you can drop your head to the mat. Wonderful. One more round of breath. Inhale, gently lift. And go ahead and rock back. Switch sides, that left shin on top, right ankle. Pausing here, get that nice big lift. Now that belly draws in. Again, any adjustments? Seated up on a prop, on a chair. One side might be a little tighter than the other, so take a moment, aware of that. Cool, this is what I'm working with, got it. Sitting tall, if available. Use your breath. And you want to go a little bit deeper, working into that fold. Just a couple more rounds of breath here. Ooh. And when you're ready, no rush, take your time, bring yourself up. Sitting nice and tall, go ahead and send those legs forward. Give them a little shake, a little wiggle. Taking the skin of your bum, gently lift it up. Our final seated twist. Taking your right foot, we're gonna cross your thigh. Now, straighten your left foot. Press your left heel forward, flex your left toes. Sitting up nice and tall. Now again, you might even still be propped up on some blankets, on some pillows. You want to elongate through the spine. And then feel free to reach around that thigh, get a little twist. If it feels better, to take that arm all the way up and across, go for it. Sending that heart up as you exhale. Rotate. A couple more rounds of breath here. As you inhale, find a little bit more length. As you exhale, draw that right shoulder back. One more round of breath. And as you exhale, gently release, sending that right foot forward. Bending your left knee, send the foot across, pressing through the heel, sending the left arm back. Now sitting tall as you inhale. Exhale, second side. Again, maybe you hug the thigh in, maybe you lengthen up, maybe that arm reaches up, crosses over as you inhale. Find a little bit more of that lift. Shoulder softening down. As you exhale, a little bit more rotation. 2 more rounds of breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to twist. And again, inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. 1 more round. And bring yourself all the way back to your neutral. Last forward fold, flex all 10 toes, press the heels forward. Again, make sure you can pull the skin of your bum up just to sit as tall as you can. Maybe you're propped up on blankets, on towels, on pillows. Reaching forward, wherever your hands land, on the mat, on the feet, on the shins, commit to it. Lift, soften your shoulders, lengthen your spine, and exhale. Release. And on your next inhale, taking your time slowly, begin to bring yourself up. Now we've finished in a neutral. If you do feel like you need anything more, always feel free to do it. But otherwise, we are set up for our final pose, which will be Shavasana. So feel free to take hold of those thighs, gently lowering yourself down and back. You can cover your body, you can cover your face, extending the legs out, allowing the head to release. Now gently drawing those shoulder blades in toward each other, just to get a little bit more lift of the heart. Extending the arms out. Allowing your body to settle. Take a comfortable inhale. And a comfortable sigh. As you begin to find stillness for these next few moments, just let your body surrender as you move into Shavasana. And gently begin to deepen your breath. Bringing movement back to your fingers and your toes. Feel free to reach your arms over your head. Take a long stretch through your body. Bending your knees when you're ready, roll to your side. Allow your breath to deepen, and without your thoughts flooding your mind, take your time. Your next exhale, pressing yourself up to a seated position. Crossing at your shins in Sukhasana. Bringing your hands together at heart center, just settling into your space. Spine is long, heart is lifted, shoulders are soft. And any peace, any calm, any space, any length you've created in your body through your practice, taking that with you today onto your Friday, through your weekend, through your month of May. Closing with 3 strong breaths. Take a deep inhale. And release. 2 more, deep breath in. And release. 1 more deep breath in. And release. Sealing in your practice, your work, your effort. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for joining me. Again, my name is Nicholas. Happy Friday. Hope you all enjoyed. Always feel free to leave any requests, comments, concerns. Let us know. I'd love to do things that work for your bodies, any poses in particular, anything you'd like to try or work more on. Always feel free to let us know. You can comment below. And check out that May schedule. I believe Breakout's got more fun classes coming along. And hopefully I'll see you again Monday at 3:30. If not, next Friday, 9 a.m. Have a great weekend. See you guys.